Alright, it's card of the day, and this is card number 218, titled Luke Skywalker's Home Destroyed. So let's learn about events at the Lars Homestead. The Lars Homestead was originally owned by Greta and Leif Lars, who passed it on to their son, Cliegg Lars, who lived there with his son Owen, and for the last years of her life with his wife Shmi. After his father's death, Owen and his wife Beru inherited the farm. Shmi Skywalker Lars was buried there in 22 BBY and later Cliegg himself. Before the onset of the Clone Wars, two tombstones could be seen outside the homestead, one for Idern Lars, Cliegg's brother, and the other for Shmi. By the end of the Clone Wars, however, they were removed. In 0 BBY, Owen purchased two droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, from Jawa traders. He did not recognize or chose not to acknowledge C-3PO as a droid owned by Luke's father over 2 decades before, nor did he know R2-D2 held the secret plans for an Imperial superweapon and was being hunted by the Empire. When Imperial stormtroopers traced the sale of the droids to the Lars home and did not find them there, the farm was burned down with its occupants, Owen and Beru, still inside. The droids were safe in the care of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker. Circa 1 ABY, the Rodian Zeph Ando discovered the abandoned farm and decided to take the place for his own. Sometime after the Battle of Yavin, Luke returned to the ruins of his childhood home and paid last respects to his slain aunt and uncle. Tombstones were re-erected in the wake of their execution. Afterwards, he allowed the alien Throg to take possession of the farm after he left Tatooine. This angered Huff Darklighter, the father of Luke's childhood friend Biggs, who wanted the property for himself. He convinced the Anchorhead Municipal Council to pass an anti-alien landowner tax. Unable to pay it, Throg sold the farm to Jula Darklighter, Huff's brother. In the year 8 ABY, Han Solo and Leia Organa Solo traveled to Tatooine to acquire the Alderaanian moss painting Killik Twilight, which contained coded information about rebel agents deep undercover within the Imperial Remnant. While tracking down the painting, Leia and Chewbacca were caught in a sandstorm and found their way to the old Lars homestead, still owned by Jula Darklighter. While waiting for the storm to pass, Jula's wife Cilia gave Leia an old journal she had found buried in the sand near one of the moisture evaporators. The journal had been recorded by Leia's grandmother Shmi and gave Leia an understanding of her father's background, which had shaped the man and monster he had become. After the storm passed, Jula and Cilia helped locate Han, who had been lost in the desert during the storm. Over 100 years later, by 137 ABY, Luke's descendant, Cade Skywalker, used the long-abandoned Lars homestead as a refuge during a sandstorm common to Tatooine. While there, he had visions of the Lars family, and Luke appeared to him. After a tense confrontation with his ancestor, he viewed a possible future of him becoming a Sith, with his loved ones dead at his feet. These visions helped Cade once again gain his bearings on the thin line he walked between the light side and the dark side of the Force. It remained abandoned after the sandstorm lifted and Cade and his company left. And now it's the back side of the card, and it is a puzzle piece. Well, that's the card of the day. Look out for the next card. Thank you for watching Star Wars Obsessed Card of the Day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can follow Star Wars Obsessed on Instagram and Facebook.